Nice.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Local Pickup. I'm Jason Broadwater.
I'm Christopher.
And we are going to talk about, can I see this?
The Peavey.
The Peavey T-150.
T-150.
No, T-60.
T-60.
The T-60.
It's a machine from the future sent back to destroy John Connor.
Actually, yes. That's how it was first invented. I mean, like when I was growing up, man, you know, the local music store, they had like all Peavey stuff. And to me, it didn't connect. I was like thinking, oh, you know, why don't you have a Telecaster or a Les Paul or something?
I have definitely always thought of Peavey as amps and also very 80s.
Very 80s. So this was in the 80s, and I'm like going
the
to go.
logo is the most 80s.
It is so 80s, yeah. It's so 80s. But I mean,
and I love it, but it might as and now it's like a little more hip and cool and relevant.
Yeah.
But it definitely might as well be on your jam shorts.
Well, it's this guitar is one of the toughest, coolest looking guitars.
It is. It's heavy.
I think I've ever seen. Very heavy. But the black on and like the silver, you know, screws and the pickups and these knobs, man, are just so cool.
What is going on with the pickups? They're like very different.
So these are humbuckers, but then this one has a split coil. So like this is a, you know, you switch between, you know, I can have just the neck engaged or just the bridge engaged or both. Your traditional kind of, you know, pickup switcher. But then this is a split coil that splits this back humbucker into a single coil pickup.
But why is it all rubbery?
Style, dude.
Yeah. So what's going on? The poles and everything are in there. It's just all.
Yeah. This is just the look.
There's a couple
but it
little
looks
thing on
banging.
It
like,
looks very
with
cool.
With the black and the silver screws. I mean, it's like the toughest looking good. And then they do the little black line around the headstock.
Yeah.
It's really a cool looking guitar, man. And it was an American company, and that was awesome. Because, you know, we just gone through the whole thing where, like, all of the major American brands started making their guitars overseas. And then to have a new brand say, hey, we're a brand new brand, we're going to build all of our guitars in the United States. That was a big deal in the 80s. And Peavey jumped all over that, made great guitars. Eddie Van Halen helped him out a lot. But then after that, they became, I wouldn't say pawn shop guitars, but they became like the lower end of, like when you go into the music store, your local music store in the early 90s, late 80s, early 90s, a Peavey was a lower end, you know, versus a American-made Gibson or
which was largely just a cultural idea.
It was. And I think maybe it was because hair metal had kind of gone out, you know. And
they sort of dug in there.
Yeah, exactly. They had really been the thing there.
Yeah. Kurt Cobain killed the Peavey T-60.
But what's cool about it is there's become a real cult following for this guitar in particular, the T-60. And now it's like the most indie punk rock guitar out there pretty much. I mean, you know what I mean? This is a 1979 when they were at their peak of like first getting going. And then Peavey went on through the 80s to continue to make all kinds of guitars. But this is in 1979, so it's the very beginning of Peavey's existence. Yeah.
It says it, yeah.
Yeah, it's just super cool. It does look 70s the way it's just tough.
Yeah,
you know?
It's big. It's a heavy guitar. I mean, it's like a sustainy, like dense guitar.
Yeah, it's really heavy.
But it has a very 70s, like the electron, like the way that the bridge and tailpiece has this this sort of like tactile, whatever the word is there.
Yeah, for sure.
Porous surface with the logo on it.
And it's got, you know, the ability to adjust and intonate each, you know, string by string. So it's got a nice bridge system, and it's just a banging guitar, dude.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. And it's got, I mean, super low action. These are original frets, and the neck looks like a brand new Telecaster.
Those are original frets from 79? Wow.
The neck looks like a Telecaster neck that was put on a Peavey.
Yeah, it really
does.
I
mean, it really does. Yeah. That's funny. Looks great. But yeah, very, very cool guitar. Let's put on some distortion and see what this thing sounds like.
Put it on.
I should mention these have 8s on it, if you can't tell. I can like bend the G string up over the top of the neck.
Just take it away to the next one.
Pretty baller, dude.
That's pretty bad, eh?
I mean, I'm telling you, this is a tough machine right here.
I think that's the way to describe it, yeah.
Yeah.
And it is like, it's heavy and legit.
It's heavy. It's badass looking. The silver screws and black pick guards all blacked out. It's a 1979. It's an impeccable condition, like it's a brand new guitar. The 2 humbuckers and then the split coil on the back humbucker. It's just, man, I'm telling you, it is like there's no tougher guitar than this guitar.
Nice.
Yeah. It's awesome. So there you go, man. A 1979 Peavey T-60. T-60.
T-60.
All right. Well, we'll see you next time on Logo Big Up. What's up?